Welcome or welcome back to Saintuality. In this pick a card reading, we're going to be doing a juicy deep dive into answering the question of how your family views you. Now, if you are new here, in my readings, I break it down to the ittiest, bittiest, tiniest bit. So we're going to be looking at not only how your parents view you, but your siblings, your children, if you have them, or just children in general. And I'll tell you more as we go, okay? So get your popcorn, get your Pepsi, get your water, whatever you got to get, you go get it, baby. And we are about to begin, okay? But before we get into the intro and all of that, here we are with pile number 1, 2, and 3. Take a moment, decide which pile you feel is yours. Click the timestamp in the description. And if you feel drawn to watch multiple or all, do your thing, baby. That means that there are multiple messages in other piles for you. And as a thank you for clicking on this video, at the end of your reading, I'm not only going to be letting you know yes or no to any question on your mind using these cards, but I will also let you know what your family secretly admires about you. That way, if we get some like weird juju energy that comes out, we can end it on a positive note, okay? Keep our vibrations high. Why not, right? Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. All right, so pile number 1. Let's begin first with, what is it? Oh, what has your family realized about you? I clear the energy. What has pile 1's family realized about them? We've got tidy up. Let me listen. They've realized that you are trying. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you guys are either you've already kind of tidied up your life, you're trying to do better, you're trying to better yourself. They realize that so this is kind of deep. In most families there's always one person or maybe even a collective unit of energy where there's like okay, so this is black sheep energy. Okay, so I feel like a lot of my black sheeps are going to be drawn to pile number 1 for whatever reason. And for a lot of you, your family is realizing that they can't be in your life with negative energy, with toxicity, with, shadiness and all of that. Like, yeah, tidy up. And here we are. I'm recording this at the beginning of 2024, but this is a timeless general reading. But I am getting, for some of you, it's just you're ready to leave toxic people, family included, in the past. But for some of you, you're watching this in the future and it doesn't apply to the new year. You are just tired of people's bad juju, bad vibes, just get away from me type of energy. So collectively, your family has realized, pal number 1, that you are not with the drama, you are not with the negativity, and you're not just saying that to be saying it because like you're being fake positive. Like, no, your family realizes that just because they're family, that doesn't mean that you won't cut them off, that you won't sweep them from your front door. Like it doesn't mean that you won't give them the boots. Okay, they realize as well that you are. I feel like for a lot of you, your family has always kind of viewed you as the black sheep, whether they would call you that or not, or whether they would be like bold enough to talk about it out loud. It's been kind of like really this unspoken thing, you being the black sheep. And the black sheep doesn't even have to be about like beauty or anything, just kind of like this not fitting in type of energy, or even if you do fit in, it's like you're the person that always like wanted more out of life, that didn't want to settle. You always had something in you that they noticed, and for some of them they didn't like it, for some of them they were inspired by it. But your family views you as somebody who is no longer walking around with a chip on your shoulder, like who's no longer just like walking around with your head like down, like you're walking around with your head held high, or you are coming into this energy of accepting who you are and not caring who doesn't accept you, family or family not. Like they view you, not view you. We'll get to that in a second. Your family has realized that you are not going to change who you are just to fit into the family or just to, get people to love you, so to speak. And that's not even real love, but that's another conversation for another day. But they, on top of everything else that I've said, they realize that you are not trying to fit in any role that your family wants you to like be molded into. Like you don't really care to be a part of the family, not in this I'm above or better than energy, but just in this, for my mental health, for my peace of mind, I'm okay with separating or distancing myself from the family, or being, outcasting myself to be at a place of peace, to be at a place of acceptance within myself. Tell me more. I clear the energy, spirit. Tell me more about what Pal One's family has realized about them. So we've got breathe. On the back, it says, the calmer you are, the more time slows down, and the easier it is to get everything done. Oh, yeah. So really, pal number one, simply enough, your family is viewing you as somebody who's no longer putting other people before you. We've got at the bottom here, I can't deny, we've got love. Okay, before I'm about to say this, I feel like for a lot of you, if your family has not realized, they will soon realize that, like, things are coming together for you. Maybe you are the late bloomer in your family where, you've had to really get it out of the mud. You haven't found love yet. You haven't had a baby yet. You haven't gotten married yet. Whatever. And it's like maybe your family has, but it's like your family is realizing that you're not some lost cause. You're not, this is given, like the way she's dressed is kind of like hobo-y. Like you're not lost. You're not like just a leaf in the wind, that you are finding your way with or without their help, with or without their love, with or without their acceptance. And for some of the haters in your family, they're like, oh, gasp, how is she making it through all of the hell and negativity that we've cast onto her or him? How are they making it through? How are they finding all of these high paying jobs? How are they living in that area with that zip code? How did they move to that state? And if this hasn't happened for you, it will happen for you. And when it does, that this is what they're going to realize. But what I was going to say is, we've got at the bottom, it says, love people, love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. Your family is realizing that you are putting yourself first. And again, you are not afraid to send anybody on their way, family included. Okay? Good for y'all, pal number one. Good for y'all. Okay? So, how does pal one's family view them collectively, spirit? We've got card number, what is this, 19? Lights. So, this is the sun in this deck. Ooh, nice. Okay, let me listen. So your family is viewing you. I'm telling you, it's really like the story of the ugly duckling. It's really that simple. Like a lot of y'all done had a glow up or something like that. Y'all look better. Y'all are finding, like, you're finding your way. You're getting your groove, like getting into your groove. Like life is panning out for you. Ooh, thank you, spirit. Collectively, your family is viewing you as somebody whose life is panning out to be better than they assumed it would, who is doing better in life than them, said family, who is doing better than said family thought you would. We'll do more information, but this is gonna be, kind of like a real in-depth reading. So I don't want to like elaborate too much on each section. That way this reading isn't so long. But that's the gist. Your family collectively views you as somebody who is having a glow up, whether it's in your beauty, your finances, your location, your career. And it's like it's undeniable how far you've come, with or without their help, with or without their love, with or without their acceptance. And for those of you that identify with the story of the ugly duckling, somebody that people, really wouldn't even blink, they didn't turn their head twice to see you. They didn't show up to your events. They didn't, come to your birthday party or even tell you happy birthday. It's like you were always kind of like the castaway, the unimportant one, in the family. But now it's given, Mr. or Mrs. energy. Like a lot of y'all, if you aren't already in your bag, if you aren't already in your come up season, you soon will be, and they will be able to see you in your glory and see you no longer as the ugly duckling, but the beautiful swan. I was about to say swine. Ooh, y'all got some haters in y'all's family. And y'all may be from like some money hungry families, some very just like evil, gluttonous, not evil, but envious, gluttonous type of family or units. Maybe not in the home that you grew up in, but maybe like your extended family. It's different for all of you, but for me to want to say swine, yikes. It's like there's someone in your family that is very envious of your success right now. Is very envious of your beauty, but it does feel subconscious. It doesn't feel like they want to be that way, but I feel like your success that is here or that will come, and success is broad. It could be success in the way you look, success in your career, success in whatever area, right? But y'all got some success coming. And don't be surprised when some of y'all families start treating y'all like y'all not family, or treating you even more so like you not family. You're going to find your way, babe. You're going to find your way. And if you already feel that way, keep going, because you're going to find your way. You are. And you can't really worry about who's happy for you and who's not, because I'm telling you, it's like a lot of y'all are about to go through a glow up, or you have recently gone through a glow up, and some people in your family aren't happy for you. Some people in your family, the light that you emit, that you shine, it blinds their eyes. It makes them not want to be around you. But that's okay. You keep shining. Your family collectively views you as somebody who is doing better than they thought you would. And for some, maybe your grandma's happy for you, but maybe your daddy ain't. Maybe he, thought, because, you get what I'm saying. We all got people who love us and people who don't. And for some of you, you got some people in your family that really don't give two flying F's about you, because they hating on you. Let them hate. And you keep shining. And if you feel like you're not shining yet, be patient, baby. You're gonna be shining soon. And when you do, shine brightly. All right. So what's next on the list? Parents. Let's look at how your parents view you. Now, if you don't have parents for whatever reason, I'm sorry, baby. I send you love. But like guardians, anyone like in guardian energy or on a high vibration, if you truly don't have any sort of parents, your ancestors, okay? Take what resonates. I hope y'all are liking this new setup. I am in love with it, honey. In love. We will be going back to the other setup sometimes. It just depends. I like a little change every once in a while. How does power number one's parents, authority figures, parental figures, guardians, ancestors, all that, view them? We've got moderation. This is definitely giving temperance energy in the tarot. Okay, let me listen. Well, your parents are viewing you as somebody who has matured or is maturing. They view you as somebody who's a much calmer, level-headed, and wise in your thinking. They view you as someone who has a better sense of direction than you did before. They view you as someone who is coming out of their shell slowly but surely. For some of you, even rapidly. Your parents view you as somebody who wants to be a better person, is working towards having more out of life, and you're not asking for any handouts as you do that. Like, and you're not, asking for any pats on the back or anything. I'm hearing Drake trophies. The song "Trophies" by Drake. When you have free time, maybe listen to that. And that's kind of like how your parents view you. And the good thing about "Trophies" by Drake, it's like really talking about how like sometimes you got to celebrate yourself, like, and how we don't get trophies for the things that we probably should get trophies for. Like there are some people who really came from nothing, and Maybe their parents didn't have anything to give them. And I'm picking up on that energy. And have anything is not just about material things. Maybe your parents didn't have the love to give to you as a child, or the affection or the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for a lot of y'all parents view y'all as somebody who, you know, maybe didn't have the best upbringing, or didn't have something, but you are still an amazing person. They view you as very forgiving, especially of your parents, or they may be um, seeking subconsciously or consciously your forgiveness for what they could not give you. If you are at odds with your parents, there is a parent or a collective energy amongst your parents of wanting to make amends, wanting to heal their connection and relationship with you. There's something else with this moderation. For those of you, and I feel like it's a small slither, but I have to speak freely. For those of you that have had some sort of an addiction issue in the past, or some sort of a health issue, maybe even a weight issue, like whatever toxicity you had to like go up against, that you were battling, and it doesn't have to be drugs or hard drugs even. It could be something as light as weed, or as heavy as, I don't know. But it's like this. It's giving this energy of you kicking bad habits, whether small or extreme, and your family views you as like a better version of them. Your parents are actually very inspired by you and the life that you're creating for yourself, or the life that you even talk about having or wanting. Like your parents are very proud of the person that you have become, even if you have a toxic, narcissistic, parental type of dynamic in your life. On a high vibrational level, based on what I'm seeing here, your parents view you as somebody who has made the best out of what they've given you, even if they haven't given you much. And there's a desire to make you feel more welcome, more loved, and accepted. Wanting you to love and accept them, and to forgive them for the things that they did wrong to you in your childhood, for just and this doesn't feel like light casual thought type of things. Like, if y'all have talked to y'all parents growing up, or even in adulthood, about things that have hurt you, like I'm talking about those things that they wish, they hope to make amends for. Your parents are very proud of you, and they see you as a very good person, somebody who is kind of like turn the other cheek type energy. Yeah. How does pal number one's siblings, cousins, just the people kind of like elbow to elbow to them in their family view them? We've got focus. Okay. So, well, plainly enough, they view you as focused. They view you, for some of you, as very career oriented, very business minded, very smart, very intellectual, very a very great listener and advice giver. They view you as somebody who is figuring this whole life shit out for real. Like that you got the keys, like that you can help them, that you can guide them in some way. It doesn't matter if they're older than you, if this is your second, third generational cousin, like they still, it's a high level of inspiration to this focus. I mean, look at this cheetah. He's not sweating the fact that he's out in the snow by a mountain. There's a whole lot of difficulty in the vibration around this cheetah, but the cheetah is still yet keeping its focus. Like your siblings, your cousins, your extended family, the family you didn't necessarily grow up in the same home with, but that are still family and that are still alive and all of that. They view you as somebody who wants things out of life, and that doesn't give up on getting those things just because things are difficult. They view you in comparison to themselves as more ambitious, if they were to compare themselves. But I feel like there is a vibration of some of y'all's cousins or siblings kind of like not necessarily being in secret competition, I'm not getting that too much. It's just more about like, even them, like they view you as somebody with that sun energy that popped out as like, damn, Shaquita really is like doing better in life. Damn, Marcus is really doing his thing. Like, it's like they keep up with you. And for some of them, they don't want you to know that they keep up with you, but they're inspired low key. They're inspired. They wonder like how you were able to make it through things that they struggle with, but they don't know that you struggled too. You just didn't give up. And for some of them, you inspire them not to give up. They see how far you are going or how far you are setting your goals out, and it inspires them to want to do the same. So it's like healthy competition type energy. Um, Even though this is a cheetah, I am getting lone wolf energy with all of this snow and the mountain and just the loneliness of this animal in this car. So your cousins, your siblings and stuff like that, they view you as although you are a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, all of that, like you don't like to let people drain you, so you kind of are a bit of a lone wolf. You know how to stay to yourself. So how does POW number one's children, or just children in their family, even hell, children that they come in contact with, how do children that they have or that see them and engage with them see them? We've got legacy of light. Ooh, and I love that we've got the generations here. So hi to all of my mommies and daddies. We are some hardworking people, aren't we? Okay. Let me listen. I'm really drawn to the number 7 on this card, which is the vibration of spirituality, of like our spiritual journeys, right? And I feel like children, your children, children in general, they view you as like a guiding light, as like a safe place. Whether these are like grown children, little infant children, whatever, like the vibration of just younger child's energy, right? They view you as like a role model, because I'm looking at how perfectly their heads are aligned. They view you as level-headed, not overly emotional, very emotionally intelligent. Whether this child can communicate that they view you in that way or not, it doesn't matter. The energy here is like children, your children. They view you as somebody who like knows how to be happy, who understands emotions, and that like can help them understand emotions. Like you feel like an emotional safe haven. Not meaning like your Mother Teresa or your Gandhi, like you just know how to transmute energy through your emotions and remain calm and whatever. No, you could be the most like high-headed person, but it's like there's something liberating about the way that you are emotionally to children. It's something uh like you have a calming nature about you. A lot of you guys are just like, you have a way with children. And I'm thinking about a post that I saw on Facebook. It was talking about like the signs of a high vibrational person. And one of the signs is that like children and pets are drawn to you. They feel safe. Like, for example, worst case scenario, if you were ever outside and a child was like being abducted, like in a sea full of people, an innocent child would feel, even you as a stranger, like drawn to come to you. They wouldn't know what to say, but they would tug at your skirt, baby. They would tug at your hoodie, honey. Like it's like you are like a safe place. I almost want to cry. And a lot of y'all have become that because you didn't have that safe place, that safe space, that safe person. You are like a guardian, like a good guardian, not a toxic, narcissistic, evil, predatory guardian. You are like, you seem very gentle and funny, like a big kid. Kids see you as a big kid, but ultimately as a safe place for them. And I thought it would be juicy to add, how do the people that y'all have kids with, that y'all have created a family with, whether you've got multiple, sorry, my pants stretching all out while I'm trying to stretch my legs. Anyway, so what is the people that y'all created families with? Whether you got multiple baby daddies, multiple husbands, I ain't judging. Do y'all thing, okay? But we're gonna look at the collective juju of how these people y'all have created families with, whether it's a healthy family or not. How do they view you? So how does your baby daddy, your baby mama, your spouse, all of that, how do they view you? Ooh, I'm getting tongue tied. And if you have not watched my How Does Your Baby Daddy View You reading, I'll have that linked in the description or the comment section. How do the people that my pile number one have created children with, a family with even, view them? Ooh, we've got fidelity. How beautiful. So they view you as marriage material if y'all aren't already. They view you as relationship material. They view you as like a homemaker. You know, even if you were wild back in the day or even a couple of months ago, they still see your potential. They view you as somebody that they can settle down with, or that they plan to settle down with, or if y'all have settled down, that they are happy that they chose you to do that with. We do have Taurus here, so hey to all of my Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. It could be in your big three or anywhere in your chart, but I'm picking up on your energy heavily. But what I'm getting from this Taurus energy in particular is the people y'all have created children or families with view y'all as somebody who's stable, somebody who they can actually build with, who has a lot to offer, a lot to bring to the table, and maybe they didn't see your worth at one point. Because I'm looking at how he doesn't want to leave, but yet his hand is on the gate. So for some of y'all that aren't with the people that y'all have created children with, or you've divorced or something like that, you know, it's like they view you as rare. I'm gonna tell you that now. They view you as rare. They view you as rare, baby, because that's what you are. And don't let nobody ever tell you different. I clear the energy, spirit. So, before we get into what your family collectively admires about you, like this video if you enjoyed it, guys. That way other people can get these messages and see how their families are viewing them. And subscribe if you haven't already. That way you can be notified when I drop new content. And check out my other readings by clicking on the live and short tab on the channel, okay? All right, so I cleared the energy for Pal One Spirit. What does Pal One's family secretly admire about them? Ooh, this one. We've got study. Sorry, y'all. In this new setup, I gotta look at the screen over here to see if it's centered. So that's why I keep like having it all over the place. It says study. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. Baby, your family secretly admires, for some of you, if you got your degree, if you're the first in the family to get your degree, they admire that. They admire like the kind of work that you do, especially for my like humanitarians, philanthropists. If you go out and you feed the homeless, or if you give back in some way, you're very charitable. And it doesn't have to be in the literal sense, but just like how generous and selfless you are. And for some of you, they admire like your spirituality or your religious path that you're on, like just like your higher, because with this message of study, it's kind of the vibration of the Gemini and Sagittarius dichotomy, like the thirst for knowledge, whereas Gemini is the thirst for worldly knowledge and just intellect, and Sagittarius is kind of higher knowledge and spirituality, and education and like doing shit that really like moves the world forward. That's Sagittarius, because it's like right next to Aquarius, right? But anyway, If y'all don't know, I love astrology. But what I'm saying here is your family, on top of everything else I've said, and take what resonates. They view you, I mean, they admire the fact that you use your mind, like how smart you are. And how, you know how sometimes in communities it's more appealing to be like popular versus smart. But you're, for some of y'all are popular and smart. You are able to like move in different rooms. And for a lot of you, your family really admires that. Like, you're smart enough and wise enough to notice BS from a mile away and to exit the premises when it comes towards you. Like how you deal with people, how you deal with life, how you deal with your finances. Like you smart, baby. You smart. Like you don't settle, you don't let people treat you any kind of way. Like you're intellectual. And again, for a lot of y'all are emotionally intelligent. You learn from your mistakes and you keep it pushing. Or even if it takes you multiple times, multiple tries at learning the same lessons, you find your way. You eventually learn the lesson, and you wisen up as a result of it. Your family collectively admires how open-minded you are, how willing you are to try new things, how willing you are to be the oddball, the black sheep. How you know how to say no. You know how to set boundaries. It's something about the word no. So I'm picking up on my air signs too. Hi, babies, my Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses. You don't have to be any of those signs, but those of you that are, I'm picking up on your energy, and I want to say hi. But yeah, so we'll do a juicy deep dive again in the future to these messages, but let's get into your yes or no question, okay? So take a deep breath for me and think about your question, and then I'll let you know yes or no in a second. You ready? Okay. Pile 1. Is the answer to your question a yes or a no? We've got the 6 of Swords. Yes. Thank you, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this video and this reading, honey. And if you did, like the video again, like I said, and check out another pile if you feel drawn to it. While I put some more throat chakra oil on so we can clear up this energy, honey. Because Mercury is still in retrograde and it is affecting me. Okay. Negative energy be gone. Okay. All right, so I cleared the energy for my pile number 2. I cleared the energy for pile 2, Spirit. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope the new year is treating you like the kings and queens that you are. And if you're watching this in the future, just ignore that because this is a general timeless reading, okay? All right, so for my pile number 2's, what has pile number 2's family realized about them? Ooh, how fitting. We've got inner child. Let me listen. So on just like an instant type of level, they've realized that you are, whether they use this lingo or are conscious of this energetically, they have realized that you are the generational curse breaker. That the buck stops with you. That maybe, there was some sort of a running theme of negativity in your family, a running theme of, poverty, broken relationships between mothers and daughters, or daughters and fathers, or fathers and sons. But it's like they've realized that you are forging your own path in life, that you have your own plans, your own hopes, your own dreams. And for a lot of you, like, you want better, you want different for your children that you've created, for all of my parents out there especially, than the life that you had. And you're courageous enough, you're bold enough to do that, to want that. Let me listen. For a lot of you in this pile that really went through some major childhood trauma in any way, shape, or form, your family realizes. I'm gonna tell y'all, if some people in y'all families did something to y'all as kids, as children, whether little or teenage, whatever, they're getting karma. And through this karma, they're realizing like kind of what they really did to you and how wrong it was. So for a lot of you on a broad level, whether you went through trauma or not as a child, your family realizes the what they've done to you or how much they haven't been there for you. And it's, and I don't know why this energy is very like elusive and obscure. And it's gonna be different for all of you, but I feel like your family realizes that you've changed. And I but they understand why now, or they're understanding like things from your perspective, why you are the way that you are. And something tells me like these people weren't really, their eyes weren't open to why you were that way or are that way. But for all of you, it's different as to what has triggered them to realize this understanding of who you are. And I'm also getting this energy of, for a lot of you, your family realized that you're not who they painted you out to be. So if you know, like for an example, like a lot of Black girls grow up even within the home being like painted out to have a bad attitude, to be like bratty, or just kind of like painted out to be the mad Black woman before they even become the mad Black woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, and it could be that way in different cultures, but I'm just speaking to what I know, and especially because these two people are African American in this imagery here. But it's like, for a lot of your family members, they used to view you as like angry or wild or all of these like kind of like dark negative labels. They're realizing that that was wrong and that they were wrong about you. They realize how misunderstood you are, or that they were, how much they were misunderstanding you. And if you have distanced yourself from your family, it's like at one point they were mad, they resented you for like being a certain type of way or not being a certain type of way. And it's like now they're realizing why you are that way. There's something else. Let me listen. It's like it's like they're realizing that you're not the bad guy, or that you're not as bad as they thought you were, or as mean, or as whatever they were like projecting onto you. It's like that projection has phased out, like the illusion is no more, and they're able to see you for who you really are. So I'm getting a strong sense that for a lot of y'all family, there are, collectively your family wants to be closer to you. It's like they no longer want to be distant with you. They're realizing like how your value, babe. Because I'm feeling around for this energy, and it really just boils down to, they realize how valuable you are. You know how it's like you never know what you got until it's gone. And this is for those, this part here is for those of you that have distanced yourself from your family, or have like just started like going your own way. At first your family wasn't feeling it. At first your family didn't really even take the time for some of y'all to even to get to know you before just writing you off, or you know showing favoritism to another family member, or whatever it was. But they're realizing that they should have been there for you. Take what resonates on that. They realize that you're not coming back, like that you don't want to build a relationship with them. That they realize, for some of y'all family realize that it may be too late to have a relationship with you, baby. We'll dive deeper into this in the future, but I got to keep going because I don't want these to be too long. But for some of y'all, they realize that like for some of y'all family, y'all's families think y'all think y'all are better than them, or at least they thought that you were, but now they realize in some way, shape, or form, for some reason, and it's different for all of y'all, that they were looking at it the wrong way, and that you don't think that you're better than them. You're not trying to be better than anybody else. You may want to watch Pile Number One, because I'm getting synchronicities, but that you just want more out of life, and especially like for your children. For some of you that are new moms or new dads or something like that, or just children, your family has realized how much you've changed, whether you've got children or not. Maybe it was inspired by you having children or whatever, but your family, on top of everything else that I've said, all in all, the biggest energy is they realize how much you've changed. And at first they didn't like the change. They didn't approve of the change. But now they wish that they would have been more supportive of you, more inviting to you, more welcoming, more loving. Because for a lot of y'all families realize that you don't fuck with them like that. Like, you just don't. Like, and that you won't. Or you may never. Because when it counted, they counted you out. Let's keep going. Whew, baby. So I clear the energy for Pal 2's families. Clear the energy for all of my Pal 2's families, spirit. How does Pal 2's family collectively view them? Show me the collective juju. Ooh. We've got card number 19, Pride. Yeah, thank you, Spirit, for confirming. Y'all definitely want to watch Pile number 1 as well when you got the time, or after this one, because the card number 19, the sun popped out for them in this same position, I think. I can't remember. No, it was a different one. I don't know. Wait a minute. This is the wrong one. But, okay, so for some of y'all, for me to choose the wrong deck here, watch Pile number 1. That's all I'm going to say. Make sure y'all watch Pile number 1. I don't know why, but Spirit is really saying that. Because why would I pick that deck? I meant to pick this one. Maybe because they're purple. I don't know. I clear the energy, Spirit. Pride. I mean, they see you as like... Watch Pile number 1. And add that to what I'm about to tell you with this. For some of y'all, your family collectively views you as somebody who's not being so nice anymore, who's no longer being people's doormat, some people's emotional garbage can. Good for you, Pal 2. Straight up. I clear the energy. How does Pile number 2's family collectively view them? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. For a lot of y'all families view y'all collectively as the lucky one, as somebody who's like destined for success, somebody who's very successful, somebody who has the Midas touch. It doesn't have to be just about money, but like it's something about luck here. And that could be projection, because y'all could be really struggling, but you just put a smile on. You don't let people know what you're going through. But collectively, your family views you as lucky. They view you as successful. They view you as somebody who is I'm hearing on their high horse, and you can't be knocked down. Like that you very they view you collectively as someone who's very like confident. Like you don't need anybody. But I'm not getting a negative sense from that. You don't need anybody. It's like you really don't. Like you know how to survive without people. Like you're not codependent. Yeah, they view you as very independent. Even if you once were codependent, like somebody who's finding their way, who's gaining independence, who's winning all by themselves. Like, ooh, yes. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Your family collectively views you as somebody who got to where you've gotten on your own. Not with any handouts, much like I said in Pile number 1. Like they view you as somebody who is going places, somebody who has a bright future. Mm. And for a lot of y'all, I'm telling y'all, if y'all family did something to you and you wonder if they're getting karma or if they ever got karma, they did. Or they are currently getting karma. Because this destiny, the word destiny on this card is really pulling me in. And for that inner, oh, spirit, you cute. For that inner child card to pop out first, I'm hearing So Good by Destiny's Child. I don't care if you are a man listening. If you got the energy to go watch, listen to Destiny's Child, So Good, that is how your family views you. And I'm hearing Survivor by by Destiny's Child. Yeah, for a lot of y'all families view y'all as a survivor. Some of y'all have overcome, cancer or certain illnesses. Maybe even you went through a terrible wreck. Like you've overcome some hard shit in life. For real. Excuse my French, but I just gotta say what it is. Like y'all have gone through the depths of hell for some of y'all, and you're still standing. I'm hearing Still Standing by Monica. Gosh, let's dive deeper. I clear the energy. How does pile number two's family collectively view them? As I'm doing y'all's reading, I'm telling y'all, my mind is like winding, like going in all different type of like directions, thinking about multiple things. So for a lot of y'all that have social media, whether you are aware of it or not, y'all's families keep up with y'all. Even the ones that you not close with, that you don't really like, or that doesn't like you, or swear they don't like you, but really they love you. They just, whatever. Um, it's like they keep up with you, and it's like they see how good you're doing in life. And when you listen to Power Number One, you'll get more info. And it's like for some of them, they are waiting on you to fail. Or they have been waiting for a long time for you to fail. But y'all keep winning. And I'm not saying all of y'all have families who don't want to see y'all win, but for a lot of y'all, there's a family member in particular that is watching you online, or maybe even y'all may be close, so to speak, but it's like a hidden hater, like a hidden enemy. Like this person wants to see you fail. For some of you, you already know who I'm talking about, and you're like, oh, that is Monica, that is Rebecca. Yeah, that's her, that's him. And I'm picking up on their energy, and it's like they like kind of hope that you would fail, but it's like you never do. So some of y'all need to protect yourself from evil eye, because some of y'all got some negative people in y'all family that don't want to see y'all win. But y'all family views y'all as winners. Winners. Winners who's someone who's in their winning season after maybe years of struggling. Or someone who's gonna ultimately win. So I mean, there are people in y'all's family that are watching y'all online or just by way of having access to you, and they are rooting for you. They are. I'm picking up on the positive end of the spectrum as well. And they're like, for some of y'all got some family members that like really pray for y'all, and y'all don't even know it, because they do want to see y'all win. They wish that they can help you more. They wish that they would have helped you more. They wish that they would have been there for you more. And we're going to get into how your parents view you, siblings, all of that in a second. But tell me more, Spirit, how does pile number two's family collectively view them on top of everything else we've talked about? For a lot of y'all's family collectively views y'all as abundant. Money magnets. Didn't I tell y'all? Midas touch. It says being a thoughtful steward for the money you already have is the secret to creating more abundance. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when more shows up. So I feel like this negative energy that I'm picking up on is someone in your family that like it's kind of like a user, or whether you are aware of that or not. I feel like Spirit is warning you of certain users in your life at this time, and is trying to remind you to set boundaries. Like users who are attracted to your abundance, who see how good you're doing, and they want to reconnect with you. And if you get bad juju vibes, like don't do it. If you feel like just don't, trust yourself. Yeah, feelings. Trust yourself. But anyway, your family views you as abundant. They view you as all the things that I've said, plus someone who, if you're not successful now, who is like destined for success. And somebody who has a good job, somebody who pays their bills, who knows how to take care of themselves. Again, there's just this financially independent, or if you're not there yet, they see your potential to become, for some of y'all, rich, successful. For some of y'all, they collectively view y'all as having like an ideal like spouse or partner, like you kind of have it all. And that's projection because nobody has it all. That's just an assumption that most people make, right? But let's dive even deeper, babies. So, how does pile number two's parents view them? And if you don't have parents for whatever reason, I'm sorry, baby, I send you love. But you can apply this to any sort of guardian that you had. You can even apply it to ancestral energy if you really didn't have, like if you grew up in the foster care system or orphanage and stuff like that. But just parental energy in your life. How does pile number two's parents view them? Ooh, we've got manifestation 8. So I'm picking up on my earth signs and my water signs. Hi, babies. I'm tapping into your energy very, very strongly, especially my Scorpios. Hi. And my Libras. I'm picking up on y'all too. But anyway, manifestation. Your parents view you as somebody who knows how to turn like lemons into lemonade. A lot of y'all family, y'all parents view y'all as like very ambitious. For some of y'all, they view y'all as like spiritual, or like there's some sort of a difference in their spirituality and your spirituality, or religious energy. Like they view you as like someone who's very hardworking with this 8 here. Someone with a very good heart with this pink here. Very big heart. I'm just hearing big heart. Sometimes too big, too generous, too, yeah. For some of y'all family, y'all parents view y'all as like too generous or too nice, too forgiving, but not with them. I feel like y'all's parents is from a protective type of viewpoint. Like, let me try to explain what I'm feeling here. Oh, but for some of y'all parents see y'all as somebody who has grown out of like this naivete, too nice, too generous type of thing. Like you guys are, I'm gonna tell y'all parents really respect y'all. Okay, now if they be like hitting you and like you know what I'm saying. If that's not your story, what I mean is like on a high vibrational level, there's a high level of respect here that your parents have for you. So for some of y'all that went through like your rebellious stage in life, whether it was as a teenager in your early 20s, hell, mid 30s, whatever it is, you went through a stage in life where you were rebellious, but there's something kind of like more conservative, well put together, structured, organized, like that you got your ish together. And for some of y'all parents view you as having your ish together more than they have their ish together. Your parents view you as very dependable as well. Like out of all the siblings or even all of the people in their life, they feel like they can depend on you, even if they have mistreated you or been a user in your life as well. It's like they view you as like, for some of y'all that have had the dynamic of you feeling more like the parent than your parents, they view you as like you accomplishing things that they weren't able to accomplish. And there's a high level of, again, respect and pride in that, with that pride popping out at first, because that's the deck I was using for this. So for a lot of you, your parents are proud of how hard working you are, the fact that you don't settle, the fact that you keep it pushing, how persevering you are through difficulties. how you manage to look forward more than you look backwards. And again, for some of y'all, your parents view you as powerful manifestors, even if they don't use that lingo or that language. They view you as, again, like a transmuter of energy, somebody who knows how to turn negative things into positive things. Your parents view you as somebody who has a very low tolerance for negativity. You may be like you're the most vocal one in your family unit that you grew up in, shout out to all of my oldest siblings out there. Like if you're the oldest of all of your siblings, or even if you're the middle child or the youngest or whatever, it's like you are very level-headed. And for a lot of y'all parents view y'all as the one that was always mature. Maybe you went through a very immature whatever phase. That's part of life, right? But they view you as somebody who, is doing better than them in life, but not by way of comparing themselves to you, but it's just obvious. It's noticeable. But for a lot of y'all, this is also talking about like your parents viewing you as a good parent, a very good parent with that inner child coming out. Like they view you as somebody who, for some of y'all, works too much, works too hard, like workaholic energy, but they understand why. Your parents view you also as someone who hides their emotions. Because I'm thinking about like earth and water energy, and even though a water sign is emotions, like water, like they from birth are met with intense emotions and have to learn how to control their emotional nature, the emotional storms within them. So out of all of the elements, the earth and the water signs are truly the strongest on an emotional level. Like if we talk about like facts, okay? And I feel like your parents view you as fucking tough. I don't know why that word why the F word came out, but it's so strong. Like you're ridiculously tough. It's ridiculous how tough you are. And it's like your parents view you as like, sometimes like, I can't believe I gave birth to somebody like that in a positive way, or that I created a child like that. Like they are, whether they say it or not, baby, they're proud of you. Even if your parents act like they hate you, even if you don't talk to your parents, they are proud of you. And when you watch Pile Number One, you'll get more information. But they view you as effing strong. 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 How does Pile Number Two's siblings, cousins, extended family, all of that, how do they view Pile Two? It's the people that you're more elbow to elbow with in your family. I'm going to say this before we get to this, though. Excuse me. For a lot of y'all parents view y'all as somebody who is like more in control of their emotions. That's why that F word popped out. Because I'm like, y'all know, I don't really cuss a lot on this channel now. In real life, I'll cuss you out from top to bottom if you play with me. But on the channel, I don't really cuss like that. So I'm like, why did the F word pop out like that? So for a lot of y'all used to be high heads. Y'all used to pop off at the mouth a lot. But a lot of y'all have gained control over y'all emotions, like I talked about with the earth and the water energy. And like y'all are wiser, more mature. Like you know how to conduct yourself emotionally and in stressful and intense situations. Oh, so for a lot of y'all parents view you as the one that they can call, or that people can call in the family when they're in trouble. Like you're always gonna be there. And for some of y'all tired of being there for everybody else. Y'all were the ones that were there for everybody else, but nobody to lean on when you needed somebody. But anyway, let's see how y'all siblings, cousins, and them people view y'all and y'all families. All right, so we've got Gateway. So, your siblings, your cousins, the people you are elbow to elbow with in your life, they view you as somebody who, for a small slither of you, as the favorite, as like having some sort of favor over your life. Because with this gateway, I'm thinking about doors of opportunity. Somebody who like has a lot of opportunities in life that they didn't have. So it goes back to kind of like that projection of you being lucky. But I'm hearing Nicki Minaj's line of like, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes. They view you as very blessed. They view you as living the good life. And again, a lot of this feels like projection. A lot of y'all's family members be projecting on y'all. So if y'all don't have an evil eye amulet, because the evil eye doesn't have to just be about people hating on you. It can help with people's projections onto you as well. And those projections can sometimes alter your emotional state. So if you're wondering how you can get to a better place, how to not feel so anxious and just all over the place and stuff, get you an evil eye amulet or a bracelet even. That's what I've got here. But anyway, your cousins, your family, I mean, and your siblings and stuff like that, they view you as somebody who, as a leader, not a follower. They view you as somebody who is not afraid to be unique, is not afraid to be alone. But I'm gonna tell you though, part number two, y'all siblings, no matter what y'all relationship is with them, it's like they really love you. I don't care if their love language is like not the healthiest or not with you. Y'all siblings love you, and they see, and I think that that's part of that family energy I was picking up on earlier, of realizing that maybe they just didn't understand you, like seeing you in a different light, in a more positive light. And I feel like that's the energy of like your siblings, your cousins and stuff like that. And those people want to connect with you more, want to be closer with you. And I get an energy that it is for the right reasons. It's like your friends, jeez. Whew. Spirit, clear the energy out, because I'm telling you, it's something about y'all's pile. My mind is like water right now. It keeps wanting to like go in different directions. So your siblings, your cousins, extended family, they view you as like a light in a dark room. They view you as somebody that they want to be closer with. They view you as like unicorn energy, very unique. And at one point, they may have written it off as like weird or different, but now it's intriguing. And it's like, so especially if like your siblings or your extended family or your cousins kind of shunned you with your spirituality, whether it's tarot or crystals or you know Muslim faith, Christianity, even whatever it was that you flocked to, that may be deemed as different. Your siblings, your cousins, your extended family initially viewed it as like a what question mark kind of energy, but like now they view you as somebody who is like very enlightened. They view you, whether you're spiritual or you emit your spirituality out to the world around you and the people around you or not, your cousins, your siblings, your extended family view you as like an enlightened one, a very loving but not foolish person. They view you as somebody who's very particular about who you hang with. They view you as kind of like an introvert. But what people don't know about introverts is like in the right environments around the right people, they can be extroverted. It's just really about the environment. Like they're sensitive beings. They view you as sensitive, but strong at the same time, like a very balanced individual. And it's something about your mind. You have a very beautiful mind. They really enjoy talking to you, especially if they haven't talked to you in a while. Like they miss talking to you. They miss seeing you at the family functions. For some of you, your siblings, your cousins, your extended family, they view you as like a trap. Maybe you travel a lot. Maybe it's like you get to do things that they don't get to do. But I'm not getting a big energy of them being pressed about it. It's just like they view you as somebody who, again, much like I said at the beginning, is lucky. And when you listen to pile number 1, you will get more information. All right, I clear the energy for pile 2 spirit. So how does pile number 2's children view them, or just children in their family, or children in general view them? Ooh. We've got card number 30. It says the perfection of your life. So, and we've got come to life, which fell out on the table. Oh, so, and I have to say that as well. Card number 12. Ooh. Every journey starts with a single step. So, shout out to all of my single moms and dads out there. I'm picking up on your energy. And the fact that she's got this suitcase, it's telling me like your children view you as somebody who is very accepting, very encouraging, whether you feel this way about yourself or not, whether your kids communicate this or children communicate this to you or not. They view you as like very inclusive. Like, you know how that common phrase of stay out of grown folks business, like you're very inclusive with children, like you. And I'm thinking about like when I like watch videos on like parenting and stuff like that, like how important it is, especially when children are little, when they're in their most vulnerable human state, like to build up courage and confidence. It's important to talk to them at their eye level, not like talking at them. You know what I'm saying? It's like your children view you as somebody who, it's like you're always working on yourself. They view you at, whether you've got an infant or not, like their soul energy is viewing you as a parent who knows that you're not perfect, but that you try, baby. I'm getting emotional, maybe because I'm a new mom, and it's like I even do readings on myself, guys, about my daughter. Like I want to make sure that she knows she's loved, and like, and if I ever get like any card that makes it look like she's lonely, y'all, I throw the deck and I run to my baby. Like I just do, you know. Yes, we've got softly, softly, the tender touch. They view you like that, like that you speak their emotional love language, like you're very comforting to your child or children in general, whether in your family or not. You're very nurturing. You're very affectionate in comparison to the other adult energies around them. Like there's, for this to say the perfection of your life, this is telling me that your children or children in general view you in a healthy light. They view you like as somebody who's not perfect, but you're as close to perfect to your children as you could possibly be. So your children kind of view you as like kind of hard on yourself, a bit of a perfectionist. They view you as somebody who like wears many hats but doesn't complain. It's like you deal with the stress of parenthood or single parenthood, like without letting them know how stressful you are, or even when you have those moments where you are stressed and you kind of, yeah, you raise your voice like louder than usual. It's like your children are very understanding of you, or children in general. They're very understanding, and they know, no matter what their age is or level of comprehension is, on a soul level, on a high vibrational level, your children view you as like kind of like their superhero, like in a better light than you even view yourself, baby. It's like your children view you for your good qualities, while you, as an adult, because of the issue we go through in life, you start to develop into this adult that only views yourself for the negative, from a negative viewpoint, only focusing on the negative in life or the negative in you. But your children is opposite. It's like they view you positively, even when you feel like you're doing things negatively, when you're not when you feel like you're not doing things perfectly. They view you as perfectly imperfect, because to a child, whether young or older child, it's like there's no need for perfection in when it comes to children. That's an adult type of mindset, right? So all in all, again, when you watch another pile, whether it's 1 or 3, you'll get more information. And we'll do a deep dive on this again in the future. But I gotta keep moving. But your children and children in general view you as someone who they can make mistakes with. For a lot of y'all are the parents that if something drops on the floor, you're not like just screaming at your child. They view you as somebody who tries not to take your stress out on them, or this child if you got one. Yeah. But watch another pile for more messages. I gotta keep going, okay? And try not to be so hard on yourselves, pal, too. You're doing great. You're doing the best that you can. One of my affirmations that I've been telling myself lately is, my best is good enough. And it really has helped me lately to just kind of like not try to be like do everything so perfectly, not try to be everything for everybody, but just to be in the vibration of doing the best that I can, and knowing that in that moment, it's good enough. So a lot of you guys need to realize that you're good enough. And if you are a single parent, your children truly do view you as enough. It's okay if the dad isn't there or the mom isn't there. Your child views you as enough, baby. I gotta keep going before I start crying. Y'all don't want to hear that. Okay. I clear the energy. So as like an extra little bonus juju, let's see how your baby mama or your baby daddy views you, or anybody that you've created a child with or a family unit with. If it's multiple people you've created children with, just apply it to the collective vibe, okay? Clear the energy for pile 2, spirit. How does pile number 2's people that they've created children and families with view them? Oh, and if you haven't watched my How Does Your Baby Daddy View You video, it will be linked in the description or the comments. I may even do a How Does Your Baby Mama View You for my fellas out there. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. How do they view them? Ooh, I got to cover her up. We've got transgression, Aquarius energy. Let me listen. Well, if there was any question, worry, or doubt as to if your baby daddy or your baby mama is still attracted to you, they definitely are. For my ladies out there, you give MILF vibes. I don't care if you are 100 pounds or 500 pounds, baby. If you 500 pounds, you giving BBW MILFy vibes, okay? But even for my fellas out there, they just view you as like a DILF, like a good dad, or, like how like good dads, like it that be turning people on, because like that's kind of like rare. A lot of people don't even like accept fatherhood. They reject that responsibility. Yeah, so it's something about like you're very responsible, you're very like understanding, because this message of transgression is about like how, again, none of us are perfect. We all are guaranteed to make mistakes. And so for some of you, y'all babies, daddies, baby mamas, all of that, people y'all have created children with, view you as somebody who's kind of like slow to forgive as well, like their transgressions, as somebody who's quite possibly, for some of y'all, not over some sort of a mistake or some sort of a rift that you have with them. For some of you, like they view you as like you forgiving them, but you haven't forgotten, and therefore that's why you're not rocking with them no more, or why you don't want to rock with them ever again. So for some of y'all, I feel like the people that y'all have created children with that y'all may not be with, they still long. It's like they still think about you. They're still emotionally attached to you. And for a lot of y'all, the people that y'all have created babies with, whether you're with them or not, like they feel like you understand them. Like, you, again, the same way your children feel like you're very nurturing and loving and affectionate, this is how the people y'all have created babies and families with view y'all, as like your love is very unconditional. But for some of y'all, these y'all baby daddies and baby mamas or spouses or whatever, view y'all as somebody who has learned to put conditions on your love because maybe they've taken advantage of this unconditional love you've given at some point, right? They view you as someone who is very true to who you are, very authentic. Because with this transgression, it's like you give yourself grace. Like, maybe at some point you used to like over love or overdo or over excuse, if that's a thing, people's transgressions. But it's something like they view you as having like healthier boundaries, or like they feel like you're starting to be that way if you aren't already that way, or that's who you're going to start becoming. And it's something like they view you as, again, it's something about like how understanding you are. Like, they can talk to you about anything, or they miss being able to talk to you because they could talk to you about anything. Like, for a lot of y'all that this applies to, the your baby daddy or your baby mama, whether you were married to them or not, they view you as somebody that they wish that they would have been more like faithful, honest, and available for. Like, there's a lot of regret surrounding like people y'all got children with that y'all may not be with. They also view you as somebody who can make it without them. Like, especially for my single parents out there, like they view you, and I feel like that's part of that regret that I'm picking up on. Like, the people that y'all have children with that may have like dropped the ball, they view you as like still being able to proceed and you doing it kind of effortlessly. But for a lot of them that y'all don't deal with no more, they feel like they would never be able to truly have another chance with you because of a mistake they've made, but not because you're so hard on people and you don't want people to make mistakes, but because they've repeatedly made the same mistake or mistakes in general. Give me more, because I feel like there's a lot here, baby. Tell me more. But Aquarius energy is like Venus. It's like it's the Five of Swords in tarot, right? So it's like your baby daddy, your baby mama, the people y'all created babies with view you as like, you don't mess with them like that. Or if you are still attached or married to this person, like they view you as somebody they really shouldn't play with. They kind of fear you a little bit, whether you're with them or not. They view you as somebody who doesn't play about their children as well, who doesn't play about like their home, their security, their like who's very like mama bear, papa bear energy. Tell me more. Here we are with trials and transgressions. I wanted to say trials and tribulations. I'm telling you, this is like a come to Jesus type of energy. A lot of y'all baby mamas and baby daddies are not over y'all, and they feel like it's like they're on the outside looking in. For those of you that applies to, yeah, that's crazy. Y'all really want to watch Pound Number One. I feel like for some of y'all, if you feel drawn to watch all three, you do that, baby. Here we are with Triumph. Leo energy. Yeah, jealousy. Like somebody that they view you as somebody that kind of doesn't care what they do. Like, you've got your own life going. Like, you like you're a natural mother or a natural father. It comes to you naturally. Somebody who they can't get under your skin as much as they did before. Somebody who will like ignore their calls or their texts if they're on some negative or wanting to argue type of energy. It says card number 18, calling back. Like, yeah, for some of y'all baby daddies and baby mamas want y'all back. They just do. Have they all changed? Absolutely not. And for some of y'all with this waiting here, it's like they nostalgia. I'm telling y'all, they are still in love with you, baby. Whether you're with them or not. We will do a deep dive on that later, but I gotta keep moving on. When you watch how your baby daddy views you, video, you'll get more messages. Okay. Ooh, okay, y'all. I mean, I'm not saying you should get back with your baby mama or your baby daddy or your ex-spouse, but that's just what came out. They definitely still feeling you. All right, so before we get into the answer to what your family secretly admires about you, like this video if you enjoyed it, guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll be notified when I drop new content. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, the link is in the description. And if you want to check out my other readings about your love life, your career, and everything in between, check out the live and shorts tab on the channel, okay? So, what does pile number two's family unit secretly admire about them? We've got the message of receive. It says, you are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Boundaries. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. Your family secretly admires, and this is very specific for some of y'all, how you don't have to be cutthroat and snakish and conniving to get what you want out of life or get what you want from people. Like, they admire like how you try to be a good person. Ooh. It's like you try, bro. You try. Whether male or female, it's like you try. You haven't given up on yourself. You don't give up on yourself. Like, you may fall down, but you get up. It's giving very much so Cardi B get up 10. You're someone who's very resilient, but it's like you're someone who gives without the expectation of receiving. And they admire how selfless you are, how good natured you are, or at least how you intend to be that way, how intentional you are, how like true to yourself you are, how you love yourself. I'm telling you, it's like they admire the love that you have within and that you have to offer, or even that you have in your life as it relates to like your partner or your just the love, the relationship you have with your children. For a lot of you, your family admires some sort of a loving relationship that you have with someone important in your life. Only y'all would know who that is, baby. Too many people for me to pinpoint. But for some of you, it is a relationship. Like, they admire some sort of a healthy relationship that you have with somebody in your life, and how healthy it is, how like equally yoked it is, or just good in vibration that it is. But it's also talking about like their relationship with you, whether they've tarnished it or not. They admire the qualities that you have within you as a human being. For a lot of you, your family secretly admires just you and how you are and how you move through life in a way that's genuine, in a way that's upright, in a way that is with morals and integrity, baby. So for a lot of y'all, I feel like spirit is really trying to pause me for a second. For those of y'all that feel like life just keeps slapping you in your face, no matter how good you are, no matter how much you try, no matter like it's like you just feel like you keep taking one step forward and 20 steps back. Just be patient, baby. I feel like spirit is really trying to communicate to y'all. The good that you have put out is going to come back to you tenfold soon. Keep trying to be a good person. Keep trying to reach that goal, whatever it is. Keep going. Because I'm telling you, you will soon receive the good that you've been putting out. I don't care if you're 57, 67, 18, whatever. You are a good person, and it may not feel like you get much in return. And maybe, hell, you're not looking for anything in return. But expect that good thing, something good is about to come towards you because of who you are and how much you try to be a decent human being, baby. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through with that. That's beautiful. So, as we close out the reading, think about any question on your mind, and I will let you know, yes or no, in 1 second. You ready? Okay. Pile number 2. Is it a yes or no? We've got the 8 of Pentacles. This is a yes, but it will require effort, patience, and dedication. Thank you, pile number 2. Watch any other pile if you feel drawn to it. And I will chit chat with you when you watch that or in my next video. Hi, pile 3. I hope you're doing well. Let's get into your reading. So, before I let you know how your parents, your siblings, your kids, and I got an extra one at the end, so stay tuned. I want to let you know how a lot of people in your family views you. But first, what has pile number 3's family realized about them? Ooh, thanks for making it simple. We've got card number 43, release ritual. Right? Oh, excuse me. And for me to like have that little like itch in my throat and then this card draw my attention, we've got center it. We've got card number 9, inner strength. So this is giving 9 of Wands energy. I'll go ahead and keep it on the table. You may want to watch pile number 1 for more messages as well, because this card popped out for them. But anyway, your family has realized, let me listen. For some of y'all that you don't need them as much as they thought, like that you're not as attached to them or dependent on them as they thought or as they hoped for. So for some of y'all have had some people in y'all family that have tried to do things to hold y'all back, that have tried to like, and it doesn't have to be anything like in your face. It could just be not being there for you, giving you a hard time, bullying you, teasing you, whatever. But anyway, with this release ritual in particular, let me listen. Your family realizes that you have learned how to let go, or that you are learning how to let go, that you're no longer holding on to things from, it's something about holding on to things from the past, that you are no longer, it's something about the way that you were treated or that you allowed people to treat you. They realize that you are not going to allow anybody to mistreat you anymore, or to like half-ass with you anymore, or like that it's something about like what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. They realize that what you're not accepting anymore, what you won't tolerate. They realize that you've put boundaries up, or that you have like these boundaries with them. Let me listen. Yeah, they realize that you're not going to fight for relationships with people who aren't making effort to have a relationship with you. Yeah, they realize that you're not going to make effort if they're not going to make effort. Whoever this is in your family, honey, I don't know, but this is the collective juju. They realize that you're not about to be doing all of the work. You're not about to be like everybody's like good old boy or good old gal. You're not going to just let people come in and out of your life anymore. Or maybe you've already been doing that and they just realize that like, oh shoot, she's not going to change that, or he's not going to change just to have anyone in your life. So whereas in another pile, I saw that their family was realizing how much they've changed, the pile that was watching has changed, or the people that was watching has changed. It's like your family realizes that like it's given very much so like you're not the problem, it's them. That for a lot of y'all family realizes that like you are not about to keep trying to fix things. Like you're not about to keep beating a dead horse. I'm telling you, it's some dead horsey energy here. It's some sort of dead horsey energy here. Like you're not about to keep beating a dead horse. You're not about to keep asking for things that should be given. You're just not. It's given very much so I could do bad all by myself. Mm. Mm. Your family realizes that you don't care about what they think. You don't care about like holding on to a relationship with them or with someone in particular in your family if it's not benefiting you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually more than anything. A lot of y'all are raising y'all vibration, and as you do that, a lot of people that don't mean you well are falling out of your life, or falling off of your path. And for some of y'all, these are people in your family that just kept trying your patience, testing their luck with you. Like you've given people chance after chance after chance. For a lot of you, your family views you as somebody who's no longer going to be the scapegoat, the martyr. Shout out to my Pisces, my Cancers, my what's the other one? Scorpio. Hey, how could I forget Scorpio? I love y'all. My Aries too. I'm picking up on my fire signs. We got this fire here. So Aries, Leo, Sag. Hi. It doesn't have to be any of your signs, but for those of you that is your sign in any way, hi. My name is Yaya. I clear the energy. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, for a lot of you, your family realizes that you're doing you, and that you're not going to stop doing you to appease them or whoever this family member is in particular. Yeah, they realize you don't care about what they think. Like you really don't. Family or family not. Like you don't. That you're focused on yourself. Like you love yourself and you don't care about who doesn't. Tell me more, Spirit. What has pile number 3's family realized about them? Baby. That y'all are raising y'all standards. We've got elevate. It says you get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. That for some of y'all family realize that their access to you has been denied. That you're focused on your own wants and your needs. That you are prioritizing your happiness. And you are protecting your peace. Therefore, raising your standards for yourself and those that have access to be around you. When you watch another pile, you'll get more messages. And if you subscribe, we will be doing this again. And so I'll let you know more juju later. Okay, so let's dive deeper. How does pile number 3's family collectively view them? Ooh, this card right here. It's something about why I felt the need to look down. Ooh. We've got, this is the 7 of Pentacles in this deck. It says choose wisely. So your family views you as somebody who has made wise decisions in life, or who has learned the errors of their ways, who is now like moving more cautiously, but like intelligently through life. Let me listen. Yes. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through smooth and clear. Your family collectively views you as somebody who doesn't compete with other people, and you don't tolerate people competing with you. You know, like you want to see everybody win. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about the traditional imagery of the 7 of Pentacles. That person is not looking at the next farmer across the street and seeing how fast his stuff is growing. That farmer is looking at his seeds that he planted. He's minding his own business. So your family collectively views you as somebody who minds their business and who expects for people to do that in return. They view you as somebody who does not like unsolicited opinions and advice. Like, you are somebody who thinks for yourself. This is how your family collectively views you. Who doesn't let the opinions or projections of other people affect you or stop you from doing what it is that you want to do. Maybe you weren't always that way, but this is how they view you now. They view you as somebody who is very cautious about who you deal with, who's very like particular about who you deal with as well. Like, you don't hang out with everybody. They view you as kind of like, for some of y'all are a homebody. Y'all know I don't like to do all of the signs, but I am picking up on my earth signs. My Taurus is in particular in this pile. So hi baby, I'm a Taurus too. Hi twin. Um yeah, they view you as kind of like a homebody, somebody who doesn't really like to go out as much, somebody who is like, kind of like on your grown woman, grown man ish, somebody who is, I'm thinking about a cat and how it has 9 lives for some reason. And it's like they view you as somebody who's lived like many lives, like who's not afraid to start over, you know? They view you as somebody who is not afraid to work hard to get what it is that you want. Like, you're not just sitting around waiting on something to fall out of the sky. Like, you're not, it's something here about like they feel like you don't try to compete. Like, you don't try to like one up, you don't try to keep up with the Joneses, you don't try to like impress people. You're someone who again is very financially savvy as well. You're very good with money. Tell me more. There's something else here. Ooh. Your family collectively views you as somebody who does not like tolerate disrespect. Because with this choose wisely, I'm thinking about choosing your words wisely, right? And how like it's like talk to me nice type of energy. Like, you're not afraid to put somebody in their place if they don't choose wisely with how they deal with you. All right, so your family is a little intimidated by you, babe. But good for you. I'd rather have people be intimidated by me than to think that they can play with me, right? Don't you agree, babe? Anyway, let's dive deeper. How does pile number three's parents view them? And if you don't have parents, I send you love. But let's focus on, some sort of a guardian, anyone who raised you, or if you grew up in the foster system or some sort of an orphanage. Think about like ancestral energy, if that's the case, okay? Well, let's see. How does pile number three's parental figures, their parents, their mom, their dad, anyone who raised them, how do they view them? Oh, wow. We've got card number 57, teaching and learning. Someone who has learned a lot of hard lessons in life, but who has learned the lesson or lessons nonetheless. Your parents view you as, your parents learn from you. They view you as very mature, very, for those of you that have furthered your education, that have like, climbed the career ladder, they view you as like all grown up, as, and what I mean by that is like, you keep getting better and better and better and better and better. Like, you have this drive, this motivation that for some of you, your parents wish that they had, or yeah, for a lot of y'all parents see a lot of themselves in you, but they see you as like the 2.0 version of themselves. And for some of y'all got parents or a particular parent that may be in competitive energy with you or was, but on a higher vibrational level, it's like your parents or a particular parent views you as someone who has come very far in life. Like, it's something about them viewing how far you've come in life, or even if you feel like you haven't really accomplished much, it's like, and if you were really drawn to pal number two as well, please watch it, because I'm picking up on something from there in my brain, but I won't say it. Um, they view you as someone who, if you haven't achieved, if you haven't reached a certain point that you would deem to be successful yet, they see that you will get there. Like, your parents really believe in you more than you know, more than you think. Even if your parent isn't vocal about their support of you, or if they aren't good at being like the supportive family, or a family member or parent, it's like they secretly support you in terms of like they're rooting. Your parents are rooting for you no matter what your relationship is. The truth here, on a frequency level, they're rooting for you. So a lot of y'all are working towards something. Y'all are in college right now. No matter what your age is, a lot of y'all are, maybe working 2 or 3 jobs. Like, you're really trying. Yeah, they view you as somebody who tries to make the best out of life, and tries to like, oh, I can't get it out. This energy is so strong. Spirit, help me to speak. They view you as somebody who works with what you have. Someone that doesn't focus on what everyone else has. Like, like, they view you as very grateful. Your parents are very grateful for you as their daughter or their son, pal 3. They're very grateful. They feel like you've taught them things about themselves as well. You're very wise. Your parents view you as very wise, as very like, you know about certain things that they don't know about. Very smart. Something about your intellect. You're very smart. Your parents view you, and smart meaning like not just in calculations or IT, or it's like, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit, for pulling that through. So your parents also view you as very talented or skilled at something in particular. You'll know what that is. Like, very good at something. Like, so for a lot of you are like a triple threat. You have a lot of talent. You have a lot of, like, you may even be spiritually gifted as well. For some of you, your parents view you as having like a lot of untapped potential. They view you as somebody who maybe doesn't see how beautiful you actually are, or how smart you actually are, or like, it's like, for some of you, your parents view you as like you've settled. They want and I feel like that's on a relationship level. So for a lot of y'all that know y'all parents don't really rock with people that y'all are with romantically, I'm just picking up on that energy. And it's like, your parents view you as somebody, on one hand, there's a group of you, your parents view you as like settling because you don't know how beautiful you are, or how much you bring to the table, or how much you're capable of achieving, like, whatever. And then on the other end of the spectrum, it's like your parents view you as someone who doesn't settle, and they admire. Oh, we're going to get to what they admire, your family as a whole admires about you towards the end. But I feel like your parents admire you. They secretly do, whether they tell you or not. It's like your parents view you as somebody who is very admirable, somebody who has like morals, somebody who is becoming a better person. And for some of you that are still, finding your way, maybe not in the healthiest relationship, or if you're just having a hard time in life, it's like your parents view you as like someone who struggles but who doesn't complain. Yeah, your parents view you as somebody who doesn't like to ask for help. Even if you do ask for help, like, they view you as somebody who And I feel like that's what that rooting for you energy is. It's like they view you as somebody who may be struggling, or at some point they did. And it's like there's this energy of believing in you. But it's like sometimes your parents feel like you don't believe in yourself. For some of you, your parents feel bad for like hurting you or for mistreating you, or because I keep picking up on this energy of self-worth and of value, how you value yourself. Like, so for some of you, your parents view you as somebody who has come out of this low self-esteem. Maybe even you had a weight problem at one point, or some sort of a deep insecurity. And so for some of you, your parents are viewing you as somebody who's working to get out of depression or some sort of a hole financially or emotionally, or some sort of a relationship. It's like your family sees some sort of struggle about your parents. They view you as dealing with something and you're struggling with it, but it's like you don't like to ask for help with it. Ooh, let me put my throat chakra oil on, because Mercury retrograde is tearing me up, baby. But there's something else here before we move forward. I don't want to rush you, Spirit. Talk to me. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of the 5 and the 7 of wands. Your parents view you as like being very defensive, like that you're hurt. You're still hurt by things from the past. Like you have trouble moving on from the past. Like you're very protective of yourself. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through. Yeah, your parents view you as very protective of yourself, maybe protective of your children, the siblings. Like just you have very protective energy. Yeah, your parents, or a parent in particular, views you as somebody who will always have their back. Like for a lot of y'all, whether you know it or not, your parent views their relationship with you as something special. And for those of you that have a unhealthy relationship with your parents, it's like they view you as like, even if they may act like they hate your freaking guts, in reality, and this is only for who that applies to, in reality, it's like you are their baby. I'm thinking about Tokyo Tony and Black China, like how they went through, like on her reality show, like you saw like the darkness in their relationship, but you look at where they are now and how they were able to get through a rough patch, or even a rough period in life where they were at odds with each other. And it's like your parents view you as somebody who they feel like you may not realize how much they love you, how much they adore you, how much they are want to be there for you, but it feels like there's something that gets in the way. So for some of y'all parents may have like some sort of a mental health issue, whether it's known or unknown. It's something that has stood in the way between you and a parent in particular, in terms of y'all's relationship, that's created some sort of friction. And that parent, or maybe it was both of your parents, I don't know, but there's this collective energy within y'all's parents that views you as like they feel like you don't realize how much they love you, or it's like your parents view you as somebody that feels like you've got to protect yourself from them, or that you've got to like be on guard with them. Yeah, your parents view you as kind of guarded because you went through a lot. Maybe they know the depths of what you've gone through or what you're going through or not, but it's like they view you in that way, as like guarded, maybe even like introverted, like you're not as extroverted as you used to be, or as out, like that you are different now, like that you've changed. Ooh, so a lot of y'all are going to be drawn to pile 3. I don't want to be here all day, so let me just kind of wrap this up with a final message. Spirit, give me a final message about how their parents view them, and we will do this again in the future. Mhm. Your parents view you as somebody who keeps to yourself, as someone who doesn't know how loved they really are by them and those around you. Thank you, Spirit. I clear the energy for Pal 3. How does Pal 3's siblings, extended family, cousins, the people that they are elbow to elbow with in their family, how do they view them? We've got Voyage. So, your siblings, your cousins, your extended family, they view you as somebody who is in your own world a lot, someone who doesn't really open up a lot about how they feel. And again, they also view you as somebody who doesn't like to ask for help, because like this whale is literally carrying the baby whale like in the sky. Like, I don't know, it's just too much going on right here. You don't like to ask for help. And your cousins, your siblings and all of that, like they view you as somebody who kind of doesn't really need as much help even, or it's like they view you as the one that like doesn't really come around as much as you used to, or just much at all. Or when you do, you kind of have like this distant vibe about you. They also view you as kind of like protective over yourself. A lot of y'all went through a lot emotionally, not even just in y'all's childhoods, but like y'all, oh, And this is the only power where I really picked up on my spiritually gifted brothers and sisters out there. Hi, babies. And it's like, I feel like that's part of why you isolate, because you guys are very sensitive, much like another pile. But like a lot of you, you're sensitive because you are gifted, and you don't, some of you know that, some of you don't know that you're gifted. You don't know, you're not aware yet of your gifts, but it's like, that's why you struggle with anxiety. That's why you kind of like, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, I feel like your siblings, your cousins, your extended families, they view you as somebody who is distant. I can't really put it any other way. It's distant, but you're friendly, you're cordial. Like there's no bad blood, but it's like they wonder if it's bad blood because you're distant. Only take this if it resonates. For those of you that are connected with your siblings, your cousins, your extended family in some way, on an emotional level, on an availability level, they view you as somebody who like they can talk to about anything. You're very good at keeping secrets. As somebody who they feel like they could call if they like were in a jam or in a negative situation. Like you are the type of family member to your siblings, cousins and extended family that like you can talk somebody off of a ledge. Like you have a way with words. A lot of y'all heal. Y'all are healers. The healer in your family unit, whether you know it or not, your energy is very healing. Yeah. Your extended family, your siblings, your cousins, they view you as non-judgmental as well. They view you as a very good parent for those that applies to. As someone who doesn't really talk a lot about yourself, doesn't really, you're very private as well. We'll do a deep dive on that topic more in the future, but let's dive deeper. Tell me, how does pile number 3's children view them, or the children in their family, or children in general? How do they view them, Spirit? Ooh, watch pile number 2, y'all. Because this popped out, and I'm not going to take it. I want to shuffle again. But if you were drawing a pile 2, please watch it. Okay, so this was at the bottom of the deck, and it's back at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like we need to go with that. And then here we are with inner trust. So this is giving High Priestess in the tarot. Yeah, so a lot of y'all are very intuitive. Yeah, your children view you as intuitive, as like so a lot of y'all don't even know that y'all have indigo children. Not all y'all, but for some of you, you have an indigo child, and please do your research on that so that you know how to guide them. Okay. But for some of you, you are an indigo child. Do your research. and children, your children, children in general, see it. You have, even though, take what resonates on this, because we've got the 5 here, which is the vibration of challenges. A lot of you guys have gone through hell and high waters, through the darkest of the dark night of the soul, because you are an indigo child, because you are like, it's like you've been called to walk a specific path. You have a calling on your life, a specific calling on your life, right? Follow me. And because of that, a lot of you guys have been under spiritual attack for most of your life, or a period of time recently, right? Spiritual warfare, spiritual attack. And your children view you as like kind of warrior energy, the wounded warrior energy. But it's like your light is untouched despite the darkness that you've gone through. Your children, whether they are an infant or an adult child, and when I say infant, just it's talking about their soul's knowledge and viewpoint of you. But your children collectively view you as somebody who has had a hard life, who knows how to like deal, like it's like you some of y'all come from struggle, so you know how to survive. Like if the lights are off, you know to get your candles, and you know, like you know how to survive. For some of you, you know, that have had to struggle with your children for whatever reason, and they've been able to see the struggle visibly. They view you as like very, again, I keep getting this protective type of energy. Like it doesn't matter what comes my way. I know that my mom, I know that my dad, like they're gonna find a way out of no way. They view you as like, you know how to survive. They view you as like trying to make a better life for them. Like you want a better life for yourself and your children. This is how your children view you. They view you as somebody who is going to do any and everything for them. Who your children view you as someone who has their back like no other, like nobody else. Like they know you have their back. They know that you are doing your best. They know, watch pal number 2, because I'm about to cry, bro. I really am. Like, so for those of y'all, like y'all are really going through it, y'all are living paycheck to paycheck, but y'all are trying to like push through. Watch pal number 2, and you're gonna get that extra message that came out. But your children view you as somebody who marches to the beat of your own drum. You're not afraid to like laugh or play. Like you're not, it's like you have times when you're serious, but you have times where you're able to relax and kind of be your own big kid type of energy as well. Your children view you as someone that they feel free to be themselves around. Because I think people underestimate how, not underestimate, because we all know that the world can be cruel, but just from the viewpoint of children, I think we forget just how uncomfortable we can get as adults in certain environments, how even more uncomfortable that can be for a child. What I mean by that is, say, for example, when I say that your children view you as somebody they can truly be themselves around, that's big. Because for a lot of you, your children, you know, and whether you know it or not, maybe dealing with some bullying, or you know, like you may have very sensitive children who don't really understand their emotions yet, who don't understand why their emotions are intense. And I told you, for a lot of y'all have given birth, y'all have created indigo children. Okay, so but anyway, it's like for a lot of y'all have children who may struggle with anxiety or like understanding their emotions, so they don't really feel comfortable in most environments. But it's like your presence is very calming and soothing, not just because you're their parent, but because of who you are, your human makeup, your frequency. When they sit next to you, when they lay in your lap, when they tell you about their day, it's like you don't realize how like soothing you are to your children's immune systems, to their nervous systems rather. Your children view you as somebody that they can talk to about anything, or there may be a desire to be that way with you. but maybe they struggle with it. It's different for all of you. But your children or children in general, whether in your family or not, view you as somebody who it's like you know how to be like a like disciplined with them and firm and stuff like that. It's like this firm but gentle. Thank you, Spirit. Firm but gentle. And when you watch pile number 2 or any other pile you were drawn to, you'll get more messages. And if you guys have not checked out my reading on how your inner child views you, I don't know why I didn't say it for the other piles, but I am picking that up for you guys. So you may want to check that out, how your inner child views you. Because it'll also tell you more about how your actual child views you as well. Okay. So as a bonus here, let's see, how does your baby mama or your baby daddy or anybody that you've created children or a family with view you? If you've created multiple children with multiple people, ain't nobody judging, baby. Okay? Just apply this to the collective juju. And I do have a how does your baby daddy view you reading. That'll be linked in the description or the comments section if you want to check that out. But let's see. How does Pal 3's baby mama or baby daddy or anybody they've created children with or a family with view them? Ooh, we've got card number 2, passion. Aries energy. Well, obviously they view you as very passionate. We've got Aries, which is Mars, and then we've got Venus here at the bottom. So it's like they view you as somebody who they have a spiritual connection with, that they have like an insane amount of chemistry with, no matter if y'all are together or not. Like, let me listen. I'm hearing something. This is giving 2 of Wands energy. The people y'all have created children with, or the person, whatever, they view you as somebody who motivates them, who makes them want to like get their ish together or achieve certain things. Like they view you as very supportive, very like you have ride or die energy, whether you still riding with them or not. They view you as someone who is a lover and a fighter, someone who loves hard. I'm hearing tough love. Talk to me, Spirit. Thank you. It's like the people y'all have created children with, they view you also much like your children as somebody who has maybe not had the easiest life, or you didn't have like this, you didn't grow up with a silver spoon, but it's like you, it's something about a lot of you guys and your background and where you came from. Like you didn't have it, like you had it rough in life. You may have grown up with a lot of tough love. Oh, thank you, Spirit. It's like these people that y'all have created babies with or children with, families with, they view you as somebody who is kind of like I'm thinking of the crab, how it's like soft on the hard on the outside, soft on the inside. Like y'all have this tough exterior, but you're really soft. You're really kind. You're really loving. But again, I keep getting protective. So I'm going to pause for a second. Spirit is letting y'all know, for those of y'all that are having a real rough time in life, like you keep kind of like catching hell in your life or like problems after problems, please invest in you some sage. Sage your homes, sage your children, sage yourself to clear out any negative energy. Because this protective energy just keeps coming out. So I feel like Spirit is trying to tell y'all that for those of y'all in particular that are having a rough time in life, invest in sage. If you don't want to buy the sage bundle, get sage spray. If you feel scared to do that because you think whatever, then don't do it. But I'm telling you, I use sage all the time and it helps me. But anyway, y'all need to get some sage to help y'all and y'all children emotionally and to clear out negative energy within your homes. Sage your car. I just feel like Spirit wanted to convey that message. But anyway, back to how the people y'all have created children and families with view you. They view you as like the connection that they have with you. They can't explain it. They can't put it into words. It's like they feel like they met you for a reason and not just because of the children that y'all met. I mean, that y'all made. Come on now. What made me pick up this deck and then we've got chemistry at the bottom of the deck? Ridiculous. It's like you feel like home to this person, whether y'all are together or not. Bliss. You make them happy. I don't care if you got 17 baby daddies. The thought of you, when your name come up, Shaquita, it makes them smile like a Cheshire cat, from ear to ear. Or Marcus, it makes your baby mama or your baby mamas, your ex-wife, whatever, smile from ear to ear. Like it's like they still crush on you, baby. But they know that, like, you don't play about your heart. You don't play about your heart with this message of wrath. And you don't tolerate cheating and all of that. Like you have higher standards, or that you have high standards. And you don't mind kicking them to the door, kicking them to the curb, opening up the door for them to leave, even though y'all got children together. Like you don't care. Like you're not clingy. You don't hold on to things that are not in your best interest. Yeah, for a lot of you, this person that you created a child with, children with, a family with, they view you as somebody who, is not afraid to be alone. Who is not going to settle for this person just because you got children with them. Who knows your worth, maybe even more than you used to. When you watch another pile, you will get more messages. And again, watch the How Your Baby Daddy Views You if you want to know those messages. And subscribe, because we are going to be doing this reading again, okay? Now, before we get into what your family secretly admires about you, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe again if you haven't already, because I'm going to be dropping new content and I want to make sure that you get notified when I do, okay? If you want to book a private reading with me, the link is available in the description. And check out my other readings by clicking on the live and shorts tab. So, I clear the energy for Pal 3 Spirit. How does Pal 3's family... No. What does Pal 3's family admire about them secretly, Spirit? We've got... Wow, here we've got passion twice. It says inspire passion. So your zest for life, for one. Before I even read what's on this card, like your motivation to keep going no matter what life throws at you. Your determination. Your self-esteem, your confidence, your willpower. Ooh, shout out to all my Leos, my Aries, and my Sagittarius. I'm picking up on y'all. Okay, so we've got life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. Beautiful. So, your family secretly admires how ambitious you are. How it's like you've got the energy to go for the goals. It's like of course everybody in your family, they've got things that they want out of life. They've got goals, they've got dreams, but for a lot of you, they admire that you haven't given up on your dreams. It doesn't have to be like a dream of becoming like Basquiat or a singer or something like that. It could be as simple as your dream of buying a home, your dream of paying off your car note, so you don't got to pay that bill. It's like you set goals for yourself. Like you really live your life with both feet in, 10 toes down. And it's like you go hard. You give everything your 100%. And it's like, even though you may be drained, and even though you may not have a lot of support, like you don't let that stop you from going for what it is that you want out of life. Like they admire like how goal oriented you are as well. There's something deeper here. Spirit, talk to me. I'm listening. Ooh. For some of y'all, your family secretly admires that you don't let people walk all over you, that you don't let people, push you around and talk crap to you, whether it's within your family or just in general. They admire how tough you are. It doesn't have to be physical toughness, like you'll smack a bee or punch somebody in their chest. It's like it's given very much so it's in me, not on me. Like they admire that, like how you carry yourself, how you walk with your head held high, whether your lights are off or not, whether your car is repoed or not. Like you, whatever you life hands you, you take it. If life punches you, you take it on the chin and you keep moving forward. Just how you don't give up. You may slow down, you may cry, you may whatever. Because I feel like for this passion to come out, like a lot of y'all really do be going through it. And a lot of y'all have learned not to talk to people about your problems because it just, it's like some people they get a kick out of your misery. But it's like your family secretly admires that you don't let people push you around. Maybe you did at one point, but you don't do it no more. Or if you're doing it now, that it ain't gonna always be that way. And when you do that, they're gonna be admiring that. But they admire how protective you actually are over yourself and how you don't live your life for other people's approval. You live life on your own terms. Good for you, pal number 3. All right, so think of your question, any question, and I'm gonna let you know yes or no. You ready? Okay. Pal 3, is it a yes or is it a no? We've got the Queen of Swords. This is a no. But it'll be all right if that made you feel bad. Okay? It's to protect you. Here we are with that protection energy. So yeah, y'all need to get y'all some sage, get y'all some evil eye. Y'all need to start protecting yourselves spiritually, okay? So that y'all can get the negative juju out of y'all life, away from y'all children, all of that. You don't need to be scared about that, but I just feel like Spirit is trying to tell y'all need to up y'all spiritual protection. Especially if you're working towards some sort of a goal right now and you're wondering why you can't seem to clear out your energy. Buy some sage, a sage bundle, spray, something. Y'all need to clear out your energy. You'll be all right. You fine. You safe. But that's what's going to help you to kind of like get some momentum going, okay? But thank you for watching pile number 3. I hope this reading helped you. I hope it made you, just kind of have a better sense of clarity of how amazing you actually are, okay? So, I'm tired now. I gotta go, y'all. I will chit chat with y'all in my next reading. Oh, and I hope y'all like this new setup. I love it, by the way. We'll be going back to my other desk soon, but we'll be doing some readings here in this office space. So I hope you guys like the new look, okay? Bye, babies, and Happy New Year to all of you watching this in the now when I'm uploading it.